We believe in you, John.
I'm up for it, thanks.
The next item is the state flag discussion, and I will turn that over to you, Mayor.
Well, it got brought up to me at the last council meeting, council members, and we'll bring it up. I think it's overdue. A lot of cities have done it. Some call it the flag rebellion. I see nothing wrong with the 1983 flag the way it was. You never get bring up to the legislature. It gets shoved on people's throats with no discussion on the state level. I posted something on Facebook today. I got 100 and some people in favor of going back to the other one, and that's only in about 7 hours. I've got 3 emails from the city, residents in the city that said different. Maybe at 7 o'clock when they'll come here, I invited the neighborhood. We'll see what shows up. There'll be Native Americans, there will be Mexicans, there will be Aztecs, there will be blacks. I invited everybody I knew. Whether they show up or not, I can show you the results and their comments. They got very off. I see nothing wrong with the old one. I don't see nothing good with the new one myself, along with hundreds of people in this city that believed it was crammed down their throat by the state. They got right up to me, and that's why I carried on. There's been multiple cities, counties, not just cities, counties that are adopted going back to the 1983 flag. I see nothing disrespectful. You can bring up and it's open for discussion, and you're going to bring it up and voice your opinions.
I think it should have been voted on by everyone in the state of Minnesota, not just a group of appointed people from the governor.
Well, maybe we should let everybody in the city vote for it too, if we're gonna make a change away from the state. Because the hundreds in a 7,500 population, 5,000 or, well, 4 to 5,000 that are over the age of 18 is really a small percentage. It's the vocal minority, Bob.
That's what the governor should have did. Worried about, he shouldn't have been worried
Well, yeah,
about.
but
Worried about
it's
the
the
fraud he
state
left and the billions of dollars left.
That has nothing
And
to
he's
do with
worried
this.
about a flag.
Well, you're worried about a flag
No,
after a
I'm
month
not.
after
Hey,
saying
I'm bringing
that you
it
don't
up.
want political
You're
statements.
the one that wants to bring it politically. This was shoved down our throat politically.
Well, it's a state
And now
flag.
it's your side of the
it's
fence,
made
so
at the
now it's
state
political
decision.
to fight back because
And
now
we
it's
wanted people
homophobia,
by
it's
the
love,
governor.
Hold on.
it's something phobia.
Hey,
It
not
ain't
right.
right.
Because you didn't
Lisa,
even
I'll
bring
let
it
you-
in.
You didn't get your right, somebody's fighting back
Mayor,
because
please.
everything's phobia for you. And anybody else, the silent majority does not have
Oh my
any
God,
voice.
isn't that projection?
Well,
You
same
are
as you give
fearful,
it to
man.
me, same you give it to us. What's the difference?
Lisa, why don't you go and then
I
April
was going to
next.
say, okay, number one, a month ago, you said we don't do political statements. If this is if bringing a version of a political statement, because that's what this is, to our council is
You're
your
the
version
one
of
that told me,
leadership
you're
is
the one that
faulty.
told this council.
I get to talk now, Bob, you got your turn.
Bob?
Number two, we have not ever flown the state flag. Why now? Give me a good
We
reason.
always flew the state
Or not
flag.
this- we have,
Since that law, we flew it
We had it here with us.
It was
With us.
before the law.
every
right,
day.
and then we took it away because you
So
all
it should
didn't
come
like it.
back.
The thing is, they did notify people. The fact that people weren't paying attention is no great shock. And it is the state flag. They get to make that decision at the state level, not at our level.
By a group of 12 appointed people by the governor. That was it.
And so you don't like the governor. There
I don't
were
like
plenty
the fact
of
people-
time.
Now, this is political, ain't it?
No, I was gonna
Yes,
say,
it is.
there was plenty of opportunity.
You hypocritical person. You're so hypocritical, it makes me want to vomit.
Voted on it.
You're a hypocrite.
We had people in our city that were involved with this decision.
You're a damn hypocrite.
Yeah, you can call me whatever name you want, Bob.
You're a damn hypocrite.
When I was looking over all of this, trying to gauge why this may be a positive thing, what continued to come up was the cities that have flown it and or have thought about it, it is recognized very largely as a political thing, as a right to choose and whatever that looks like. So that is my number one concern, that it is a political move. It's a political statement and we're not supposed to be that. Secondary, I'm largely concerned if we decide to make this declaration, how is that going to affect us financially? We get a lot of support from folks like the Lions Club, who I have talked directly to, who are vehemently, this is horrible to them that we would even consider that. So if the Lions Club all of a sudden is like, we don't like that, are they going to pull funding from us? And that's just a small source. Larger scale, what does it look like on the state? Because there can be repercussions from the state for this. There isn't a law saying we can't do it, but there can be repercussions. And I think that's something we have to consider, whether we feel one way or not about it. We're talking about the city of Spring Lake Park, not the state of Minnesota. So how is this going to affect our people here? How is it going to affect our fundraising? How is it going to affect our tower days? In all of these aspects, we cannot be centered around our personal feeling of X. This is my biggest concern, is the funding of how this will impact us, how it'll look. And really, again, these are statements that I pulled directly from multiple news sources, Fox, CNN, all of them. I did not rest with one. The decision is often seen as a political statement of protest and defiance against state level policy, and some of the old flags as a symbol of historical racism. I am putting that out there. This is a statement made by multiple news sources, and I just want that to be known that if that's the vibe of an old flag, do we want Spring Lake Park tied with a historical racist movement or a state-defined position? I personally do not want Spring Lake Park to be seen that way. So that is what I have to say. Oh, and just quick looking up, there was well over 30,000 public comments and well over 3,000 design submissions. So this was a large scale process.
Didn't go through the red channels as far as I'm concerned. I'll stick with my guns, girl.
Councilmember Moran.
Well, we got to agree to disagree, but I think
That's
when we
fine.
shove down the state of Minnesota's throats. I've talked to hundreds of people in this city. And I've had 10 that like the new flag, and so many hundreds that hate the new one. I've lived here for 67 years. I live in the house I was born in. I know this city.
I know hundreds of people who love the new flag, and I know 0 people who hate the new flag. So that is just a statement that is hearsay
the
to
people
one
we
to
hang out
another.
with. And,
Right,
and
so it's
we'll-
hearsay,
okay?
It's hearsay to
pop
one.
art. That's all it is.
Cool. That's cool. It doesn't matter how you feel of the new flag or the old flag. It really doesn't, because it's our personal opinions. It's our personal opinions of how
It
we
should
feel
have
about
been
the
on
flag.
a general election, on the ballot.
Okay, but we cannot go
That is
back
what
in
it should
time.
have done.
Okay,
That's how they should have done, but they didn't want to do it
Okay.
that way. They decided that, hey, we're going to appoint these people,
Okay.
and they're gonna decide. That is not right.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree with you, Barb, but I'm saying where we're at currently, it is seen as a political move. And I'll
This
quote
is
it
the way
again.
to force it
I
back.
will quote it
To
again.
bring it
I will
back.
quote it
Financially.
again because I was
One of
still
those people
speaking.
is right here.
Political
appointed.
statement of protest and
And-
defiance against state level policy,
There-
and some
one
see
of
the
our
old flag
representatives here from
as a
Spring Lake
symbol of
Park.
historical racism. Again, I will make that statement. Do you want Spring Lake Park to be seen as a protest and defiance city and holding historical racism? Like, come on, this is cut and dry. It does not matter how you feel about the flag,
Well, if
one way or the other.
If migrant
Barbara, I
people
want to
came.
give you a chance to respond.
Absolutely.
Since you were trying to.
Go ahead, Barbara.
The flag meant something. I mean, it showed Minnesota. This is pop art. I mean, that's it.
Okay. But here's the thing, I'm not saying one way or the other how I feel about the flag, if you guys have not heard this. I'm not saying I like or dislike it. I'm saying how it is perceived by folks. That is how it's perceived.
By a certain type of folks.
Okay, sure.
Well,
Do a quick,
I'm
no,
just
listen,
saying.
I'm just saying to you, do a quick
My
Google
people
search.
say the difference,
Okay,
so.
do a quick
I
Google
mean,
search.
what are you gonna do?
Please do a quick Google search and you will see the same statements that I have said over and over. Protest and defiance. Symbol of historical racism.
Just
These
like
are
murder in the
statements
cities, though.
that are tied to this flag. Is that how you want Spring Lake Park to be seen? I have not said if I like the flag one way or the other, have I? Have I made my opinion known of the flag?
Well, yeah, no.
Correct, because it has nothing to do with this topic. It has to do with how Spring Lake Park will be viewed by other communities and the people who live here.
And how well they will be able to attract businesses.
Oh,
And how well they will be able to attract
The
residents.
flag ain't got nothing to do with it.
If it has historical racism tied to it,
There ain't no racism, my guy, if everybody shows up
Everything
tonight,
seems
I'll
to
have
have
3 Native
historical
Americans
racism
coming up here, how
attached to it. We're not gonna talk about it.
pro
You're right,
racism.
Barbara. You're 100% right.
You're right.
You're 100% right, because we are a historically racist society. We are built on the backs of others.
For Christ's sake.
So yes, our society as a whole is racist. 100% true. And now that we know better, we can do better. I know I've made
Well, son of
racist
a gun,
comments.
let's just move out of
No, it's about
the United
doing
States.
better.
Let's
It's
just
about
say,
doing
go,
better.
get out of here.
It's about doing better. I have said racist comments. I know I have, because I grew up in a society that is what it is. I've made comments, I've said things.
What do you think?
But guess what?
Have you
Now that I
traveled?
know
You know what
better,
it's like in other countries? Have you any idea?
I am not going to attack you personally. I'm not going to attack anyone personally here. I'm not going to call into your past or anything like that, because it's not necessary to this conversation. Do we want Spring Lake Park to be perceived in that fashion? Do you?
I don't see, going back, I don't see the first flag as being racism. You know, my red brothers come up here tonight, they're gonna say how mad they are about, because what I heard about was the red people being offended because farmer was there, he was on a horse running away and there was a gun there. I don't believe in this bullshit.
It's about the poem that the image is based off, and the
It
image
all
itself.
depends which way you read the poem, and you gotta remember, the poem was wrote in 1873, if
When
my
it was
memory
okay
is
to be
correct.
racist, and we know better now, so we're doing better. That is the whole point of this. We're supposed to evolve and do better for our people.
History is
We're supposed-
history. And
Correct.
sometimes when
And
if
we
you
learn
leave
from
his,
it.
if you leave
And we
history
learn
alone,
from it.
people learn more
Learn
from the
it.
history.
Sweet, then let's put
You
it up on
don't
the wall
erase
with a
it.
plaque. I'm all for putting up the old flag with a plaque and recognizing its historical importance. I agree with it. I'm 100% on board with that, because we can learn from history. So let's put it up on the wall in a nice frame with a plaque. I'm all in.
We shoved down our throat by the governor and his goddamn puppets. and
How is that not a good compromise?
We got to
Yeah,
what
shove
else?
it back to
I
him.
mean, honestly, you're
So-
looking at 5 people making the decision for 7,500. What's the difference from the
No.
state doing it?
That's a solid point. That is a very, but honestly, is anyone against putting it in a beautiful frame with a plaque acknowledging our history?
It's not the flag.
See it on a standard.
Well, we can display both, I mean, that could be a possibility too.
I don't know why we have to display any.
I'm also fine.
Well, that was
No.
staff's,
Staff's
compromise.
proposal was both, and if we're gonna do something, we do both. If we don't, we keep it never, and we don't respect this country, or this state.
Well, it's
I'm
apparent you don't respect the
everybody
state.
I
Yes.
talked to wants the old flag back.
Everyone I
They do
talked to
not like
doesn't
the
want
way
it.
it was shoved down their throat by this governor and he should have been taking care of the fraud and the billions of dollars being stolen from our taxpayers.
Again, this is not.
That ain't that political, it's a damn fact.
No, I'm saying that the fraud and the flag are two
separate
different
things.
conversations.
Why, he was worried about that.
They're two separate things.
You can argue, you're a woman, I'm a man, I argue different.
Can we
Oh
move
my
on?
God.
Wow.
Well, that's the last item on the agenda.
Wow.
Now, we move it up to a vote.
Wow.
Well, it's on the agenda for the council meeting.
Move it up to.
How is it able to be on the agenda if we really haven't even had?
Because
like-
Bob's sitting
Anyway,
here, he
yeah.
gets to do that.
I'm not feeling like that, because right
Okay.
there it says district.
Barbara, vote flag,
Flag.
I'm back, 3-2, it goes on tonight's agenda and we vote on it. End of discussion.
That's the way it works.
That's absolutely horrific. And Bob, you make me hate being a part of the civil engagement process so bad. You have taken all joy of what I'm doing here out of it. You have
You
made
do
me
the same
hate
to
this
me.
process.
You do the same to me.
This process.
You do
are
the
a
same to
horrible
me, so how's it feel,
who
lady?
doesn't even
You do the same to
understand
me, so how's
what
it feel?
typical human
Oh, my
beings do.
feelings are
You are
hurt.
a horrible
You're a horrible
leader.
human-
You're the same thing.
You're just
Oh, I know, you don't like me, I'm
condescending
okay with
and
this.
just rude.
No, you're the same way back.
Condescending
You
and
don't
rude.
like it fed when you feed us.
Let me ask you a question. When have I called you a name? When have I
Call
called
you no names.
When have I called you a name?
When they call you one.
Countless. You called me disgusting. You called me gay slurs. You called me.
I never called you a gay slur in my life.
I have witnesses to this when we were over in the ice house before this was finished.
You're out of your damn mind.
Nope, that's cool. That's cool. I'm just.
You're out of your damn mind.
Nope. I know what my
Session's
next.
adjourned.
What my next route is. Don't worry.